Today, we're diving into one of the most incredible transformation stories you'll ever hear. Seriously, it's the story of how a ruthless highwayman became the author of one of the world's greatest epic poems. I mean, just think about that for a second. The man who gave us the Ramayana, this timeless story about dharma and righteousness, actually started his life on the complete opposite side of the tracks. It sounds almost impossible, doesn't it? So how in the world did that happen? Let's get into it. So, our story doesn't begin in some peaceful ashram with a wise old sage. Nope, it starts deep in a forest, with a man who wasn't known as Valmiki at all. Back then, his name was Ratnakara. And Ratnakara was no scholar, no saint. He was a dacoit, a highway robber. He literally made his living through violence and intimidation, just taking whatever he wanted from anyone unlucky enough to cross his path. But here's the thing. In his mind, he was doing it all for a noble reason, to provide for his family. You see, Ratnakara had this whole thing justified in his head. He figured that since his family was benefiting from his crimes, eating the food he bought, wearing the clothes, then they were also partners in the sin itself. To him, it was a shared family burden. This belief was the absolute foundation of his entire life. But one day, that very foundation was about to be completely shattered. We're about to get to the moment that changed absolutely everything for him. So, Ratnakara's hiding out in the forest, like he always does, waiting for his next victim. But the man who comes walking down the path isn't a rich merchant or a scared traveler. It's a Maharshi, a great sage, and he just radiates this incredible sense of peace. Ratnakara stops him, ready to rob him, but the sage isn't afraid at all. Instead of just handing over his belongings, the sage looks Ratnakara right in the eye and asks a question. It's just one, devastatingly simple question that cuts right to the heart of everything Ratnakara believes. He asks, "You do all this for your family, but will they also be partners in the sins you are committing?" Ratnakara is super confident, probably even laughs it off. He goes straight home and asks his family, his wife, his parents, his kids, but the answer he gets is the exact opposite of what he expected. It's quick, it's unanimous, and it is brutal. They basically tell him, the rewards from your actions, sure, we'll share those, but the sins, no way. Those are yours and yours alone to carry. And in that single moment, the entire world that Ratnakara had built for himself just completely collapses. This right here, this is the beginning of his journey from sin to profound repentance. Can you even imagine that feeling? The entire justification for every terrible thing you've ever done is just gone, revealed as a total lie. This wasn't just him feeling sad. It was this soul-crushing realization that he was completely, utterly alone in his sins. The pain must have been immense. So just overwhelmed with remorse, he doesn't even hesitate. He runs back through the forest, finds the sage, and just falls at his feet, begging for a way out, for any path to redemption. The sage, seeing that his repentance is genuine, gives him a tool, the sacred mantra, Rama. It's a name to focus his mind on righteousness, and Ratnakara begins his penance right then and there. Now, this wasn't a quick fix or some easy path. What followed was a period of penance so long and so deep that it would fundamentally transform him into a completely different person. And the sheer scale of this penance is just, it's hard to wrap your head around. He sat and meditated chanting that mantra for years. Not days, not months, but years. He got so lost in his devotion that he became totally unaware of the world around him. And when he finally emerged from that deep meditation, he wasn't Ratnakara the dacoit anymore. He had been reborn as Valmiki, the great sage.
And here it is, the stunning end to that journey. This man, who once lived by the sword, would now pick up the pen. The very dacoit who terrorized travelers would go on to compose the Ramayana, an epic poem that has guided and inspired millions upon millions for centuries. It's just an incredible testament to the power of change.
So what's the big takeaway from this amazing story? Well, it's a really powerful and hopeful one. It tells us that no matter how far someone has strayed, no matter what mistakes they've made, the path to change and redemption is always, always possible. This story really leaves us with a profound question to think about. Ratnakara's entire transformation began with a painful moment of truth. So it makes you wonder, for any change we might want to make in our own lives, what is that first, truly honest step we need to take?